could see it being very good here.
I think you got to ban it if you're NIP.
For OG though, when you think about laning, I think Io Luna is not a very strong dual lane. If you play against an actual strong dual lane, you will suffer. I think Io Luna will not have a good time against Grimstroke Centaur, for example. You can't really take.
Not.
So you will probably have to tri lane, and that means this Tide can get abused. There's many one-on-one matchups that Tide get crushed in. There's some 2-on-1 matchups where you can barely get experience. And Medusa kind of stays afloat against almost anything mid. That's why I think OG's last pick has to pressure the Medusa, and maybe even try to force her out of the lane.
You don't think OG can go Razor here?
No, please no. I could see.
They could. I just don't think they're going to win
the Medusa.
It's a good counter pick, but does it fit with their lineup? They have one stun in a Ravage and, well, a Lucent.
I think they could consider a Kunkka.
Kunkka's good.
To double down on the damage reduction, and I think Shadow Fiend is a possibility.
The Invoker was a potential as well.
Yeah. I think that's their backup, and they go Monkey or SF.
Monkey it is.
Just a good pick.
Yep. It's OG. Like that's the thing about OG, and why we're there. We go. This is it, right? We can predict this stuff easily, not because we're like brilliant or smart. That's why we're on panel, but because OG has an identity. Yeah. So we always like to draft because it's what they like to do. NIP, I think, hit on the. This is what I've seen them win with. This exact stuff they've got right here in this game.
This comes back to what you were saying before, Synderen, of finding not just the identity, but finding specific parts of the draft and what fits together, rather than we like this hero, and this hero.
I think their lineup comes together way better this time. They have better lanes. They have some interesting matchups. They can try to get OD against Tide, which is really good with the Arcane Orb. That would put their Medusa against Monkey King, which isn't great though. So I'm just curious what matchup they give tops and mid if they put the OD or the Dusa there, and which other hero goes to a side lane.
Yeah,
the whole tournament. I think I would agree.
This is potential down the line to be the best game thus far of the tournament. I think that both teams are in their comfort zone. These are very good players, and it really is. I don't know who will win. It's going to come down to play really the tops and Monkey King, because if he has a poor game, like that's it, you lose.
Pretty much. That hero can't really die a lot and win.
I just don't know.
Most of the time.
Okay, which way?
Can I go second?
Synderen.
I'll take NIP this game. I believe in it.
Black.
Wow.
NIP as well?
Man, I want to make up my points. I think, yeah, me too. I like NIP. I think that OD is so good against Oracle Tide, Luna. Like, they'll take this.
Okay, all three have gone for NIP. Let's check in with our commentary team and see whether they agree. NIP have found some fans here on the panel. Have they found them in the commentary booth?
I mean, honestly, I wanted to be unique in saying NIP, but apparently everyone is just on that train. And I got to stick with it.
You're all unique.
Like, you know what? I think we're in agreement. This is the best drop of some NIP, as you guys said. And Barda OD, last we saw that was visceral. I don't want to bet against that.
All right. So, both NIP?
You in?
Nah, I'm going to go with OG to make things interesting a little bit. And if
a little bit of spice. No, you can't change your mind, Black. Guys, take it away.
All right, thanks, Paul. So you're betting against everyone else. You're making up the points potentially here. Is it what is attracting you so much about this draft? Do you like Monkey King the most because it is a good pick here?
I don't think Monkey King is gonna have an easy lane, but I believe in OG, NIP showed a lot of weaknesses during this whole tournament, especially in the previous game as well. But they have an amazing draft, and I think OD is gonna have a really nice time. But we saw Fate Beyond playing a Tide Hunter against OD, and he went for a BKB after Vlad's. So this could be an item choice for Seb. Seb is known to get the right items to win a team fight.
Sure, but when you think of Farda and the way he plays OD, he's not one of these guys that feels the need to go BKB. This type of game isn't necessarily he needs a BKB, so he's going to go super aggressive with things like the Yashikaya, the Phase Boots. We've seen speedy OD and what it does in a game like this. And that's my biggest concern right now is this mid lane is going to decide it for either side, right? Because it's a Monkey King or an Outward Devourer. One of them is going to take control of this mid game. Trying to take control of the runes. PVD. He'll actually pick it up, and no tell. Needs an escape plan. The snake coming through, and it's enough to bring him down.
I guess he didn't expect the Stroke of Fate damage.
Well, you don't expect that at all. Like, how often do you see a Grimstroke take this at level 1?
Yeah, I guess the reason why they're not getting Inkswell is you don't have that classic hero that goes in, Phantom Assassin, Anti-Mage in this kind of a tri-lane, put the Frost Shield, put the Inkswell, he blinks in, you get a kill. Since it's Medusa, a ranged hero, so they're playing it differently.
No, it's a fair point. If you're going to have the Deucer there, it doesn't work. Obviously, it does work quite naturally with the Centaur. And they are switching things up on the side of Ninjas and Pyjamas. Shifting their heroes around the map. Tolson and his voice line so typically. DPD, he's taking a little bit of flack up here because he's on his own against 2 heroes until his call arrives. And what do you see from this Lich Luna combo? Because typically we see... Oh, like Lich against Luna rather. Because typically we see any hero that has short range suffer a lot against the Frost Shield, right?
So they want to try lane against him. I think they should just leave a Tide Hunter, put the Eye on top, and their tri lane should be okay.
He's going to get low here. That might be enough. It's going to bring him down. He's dead. And No Tail came up here. The Tether a little bit too late to do anything to help. Jarek's backed away for a moment. And actually, he needs to back away himself now. Going to get him low. Inkswell moving in. Saxa will connect with the Fairy Fire. Shouldn't protect him either. Jarek should be going down here. One final tap from Saxa will be enough. Fairy Fire. How many of these you got?
He's just buying time.
They're not pursuing still. They think he's going to deny himself. They realize that he's still here. I mean, you can call space, but there's a point at which it's no longer... It's just inevitable.
One more TP before you die.
Come on. Can he get the deny? Can he get the deny? No, he can't. Saxa loses half his HP pool, though, to tank the creeps. Nicely done. The best scenario Jarex could actually hope for was to just buy time there, as you said. Sadly, he was only able to keep one hero busy for a while. As the other had backed up to lane. And I think the frustration that Jarex is going to have is because they are stationing both the Lich and the Grimstroke here, you can only dispel one. You're unlikely to be able to get rid of both the Frost Shield and Inkswell.
I'm surprised how good the Monkey King is doing on a mid lane. And we could see movement from Jarex. He's level 1, uses Fortune's End just to remove the double damage from OD.
Effective hero for this. Usually we do see mid lanes almost decided by double damages, so getting rid of that. TPing in is worth doing.
I like when Seb is left in 1 versus 1 situation. I think he gets the most out of it.
I mean, we're seeing already 19-2 in terms of CS, up against 10 on the Centaur.
I expect Luna to get 2 points in Lunar Blessing if they want to run this tri-lane. You get more HP, more damage. More HP only on Io since he's hero.
Yep, of course, still it's more damage for all, as it is the primary stat that gets increased here. There's some powerful combos that are potentially available to you with these type of things.
Oh yeah, and get the magic stick. Everyone on this tri-lane, get a magic stick.
Not like last game.
You can just out-heal them.
Absolutely no Phantom Assassin in this tri-lane this time around, but still worth it nonetheless. And I think the thing we're going to see around this mid lane is Hobson, he wants to be ahead, he wants to start rotating eventually, while the difference for the Outward Devourer is he can just keep farming. Worst case scenario, he goes back to the jungle and recover with big stacks.
OD's not going to go to jungle. As they get levels, OD gets way more stronger.
Yeah, I'm saying, like, if he ends up in a scenario where he's forced out of lane, though, right? Like, the thing about Monkey King is it's very hard to recover with that hero.
Oh yeah, I mean, he can make a rotation. If he can't do anything on the lane, he's just stacking for himself. Failed to do so.
Give it a try. Very easy for the Radiant side hero to do that now with that camp located so close to the mid lane. A little bit of aggression back and forth top, but so far, Seb is building a decent lead here. 34 at the top.
Yeah, and I love what Seb does every single time. He brings Headrest just for some extra regen, extra stats on the lane. The problem is once they hit level 6, both Tide and Centaur gives way more since his ulti is global. Tide actually needs to be in the lane.
That's the thing. Like, he can afford to be away from the fights a lot more than Seb can, is the argument. Especially if Seb does go into these kind of team fighting items, right, that we see, like pipes, for example. You might go for the Vlads for your team. Then he needs to be involved. Of course, Monkey King is the type of hero that can come to you. You have also got the global presence due to the IO. You can always relocate in the Luna. Bounties are up, and it's actually going to be a 2 apiece. No one taking advantage out of these bounties at the 5-minute mark so far. Everything pretty much even, actually exactly even in terms of levels at this point. And the panel did say this will probably be our closest game yet, and well, it's looking that way with this start.
Yeah, NIP finally with a good draft. What they had in the previous game was really meh.
There was a lot to be desired. So who do you favor going to the mid game? Like if things say drawn, like there's no clear person moving forward in the laning phase. Like for team fight around 6 to 10 in terms of level, who do you think has the advantage here?
I would still say OG if they use Tidehunter ulti correctly. It's all about the positioning, whether he's gonna be there or not.
Would you say it's harder for OG to get that scenario than NIP? Because they're more of a run-at-me lineup, right?
The problem for OG is they don't have the ways to start a fight, so they're gonna need to group up and take towers by force.
Well, the side of Ninjas and Pyjamas, if this goes super late as well, they do have the potent combos of both the Outward Devourer that we've seen in the late game scenarios and, of course, the classic Dusa. But you can never say no to an Io Luna. A hero that can just melt your base once you get to the late game in a matter of moments.
That's my favorite combo with Io.
It's just so fast. Like, the hero is already naturally fast. You get benefits from that. At the same time, you do get tanked up now. And interesting looking tree being Astral there. Thompson will just move away. He needs to be careful. He's getting to the point where it's very hard to actually sustain your existence in this lane. Because while you might have even CS, he's expending a lot more on regen.
Centaur ulti is up if they want to try to make a move, but Sock's up pretty low.
They're pretty low in terms of HP and levels is the big problem. And Zack's up. Ooh, living life on the edge. Did have a salve. But we can get up practically full. No Tail's pretty far out. The Phantom's Brace is going to be there. Needs to get rid of it very quickly. The Snake bouncing around as well. Maybe too late. The Tether comes out, but it doesn't save his life. And meanwhile, Jarex has been found by Fada. Run him down, finish him off. No, the mischance on the high ground. And Sal with enough. The Ravage is going to be there. Connects on the free hero. Fada is turned around on and he falls. Strike through. Is it good enough? No. He misses Jarex, who is going to salve up again.
Another flask from Jarex.
How many is he packing? Enough is the correct answer.
I'm surprised Centaur didn't use the ulti there to save OD.
It was interesting. Like, if he stampeded straight away, actually, you just get that kill, no problem. Now Ace being turned around on getting pretty low. Big one's going to come out. Now the Snake bouncing around. Tries to use Stampede, goes pretty deep, moves past them, rejoins his team. They do get a kill. Can't find more, though. The support's a little bit too on the level to keep the pressure up. And Seb is now here running them through. The anchor smash doing a lot of damage. Saxa is protected by the Inkswell as they back up. But the Bulls, they just smash him down, and then the Lucent Beam finishes him off.
This should be a kill. Another Gush is ready in a second.
Yeah, RTV could be able to find. No Tail gets the final touch. And NIP, suddenly the aggression just ramps up more than they probably expected.
Yeah, and we can see Jarex trying to collect the XP on the bottom. Has Boots of Speed. Centaur not fast enough to catch him.
The voice lines definitely fit this moment. Just walking around in circles. You know, when you're the coordinator support, they're the ones favoring Thompson. Oh no! He cut the tree, and as a result, Fada was able to see and get the final touch. That tree being down, working against Thompson this time, so Fada does get a solo kill, and despite what happened in top, there is a gap building between the two mids here. 600 gold between it right now, but that's going to escalate pretty quickly now. All the while on the bot lane, 33 left to his own devices to try and take this tower. Retaliate has helped him a lot. And Centaur, the thing is, like you said, he's just involved even when he's not there. So he can just be farming, and if Seb takes time off to try and actually help these other lanes, it's very clear who's winning. Even if you get like a pick off on a support, it's still a Centaur farming, and these two are the ones that can build the utility, the control for these team fights.
Yeah, I'm surprised about the item choice in Monkey King. He wants to go for Maelstrom as the first item. I mean, usually you see on Monkey King Echo Saber, then a BKB if needed. Also, the Fusel Blade is the boss item this game against the Medusa, Mana Burn, and if you jump on a Lich or a Grimstroke, they have no ways of escaping, so it's a guaranteed kill.
I think it's a balance between farming and fighting. Like, I'm not even sure an Echo Saber does enough for you here, right? Because the Stampede is there, Inkswell, Frost Shield, all these ways of just frustrating any attempt to jump on someone. PPD protects himself with the Frost Shield. No Tail turned around on the Inkswell coming in now, and well, it will be separated. The Phantom's Embrace actually going to banish him. The Astral should be enough to finish him off. Bounty's being picked up as well. Then IP get a kill and 3 of the runes. OG, they let up the pressure a little bit, and all of a sudden NIP start to move out on the map again. There's a regen room for PBD, so he'll just heal up fine. 33 is moving close to the mid lane here. Has the Stampede available, and he can cut a tree. Tops needs to be careful. He will see this now.
The thing with the mention is this is a position 5 IO, so he's not going to get many items. It's not going to be that effective.
That's a fair point here. Grimstroke not really here. You want to be playing as 5. Seb stomps onto. He has got the Ravage spell. He's going to throw it out right now. Now the Stampede coming in. Fada should be able to move away, but RTV arrived. Now the Astro a little bit too late as the Eclipse had gone off. Fada will fall. The rest should make it out here, but NIP lose. Well, I'd say is definitely the most valuable hero in game and most definitely in network at this stage. A lot invested for OG as well, though. The Ravage and of course the Eclipse, but now they can push on this tier 1 in the mid.
Seb has a full mech, no Ravage. I'm not sure if they can take this tower, probably not. They're gonna contest. PPD is still level 5.
He needs 6, but he's nowhere near. Almost a full level away from it. Our Devourer has arrived. Moving in, he has got the Silence Eclipse to work with. Astral's gonna come out. They've got one target, is the Luna. 33 moving in to get the triple stomp as big Silence Eclipse goes down. Thompson dead, RTV follows the Seb. Low on HP and no escape plan. Double kill for 33. Beautifully done by NIP. They'll turn around and take the tier 1 from the side of OG.
And that's going to be a Blink Dagger on a Centaur on top of Lad, so they can start playing more aggressively. That's the initiation that they need besides the Stampede. OD has Kaya finished.
And this was the point at which we usually saw the Fada OD just take control. Once he has that Kaya, so much more damage to work with, essentially. Becomes a problem. Great first Silence Eclipse coming out in that mid lane as well. Catching all the important heroes, all 3 cores of the side of OG. And the supports, they were just desperately trying to find a little bit of level, a little bit of XP in the sides. Here's the replay.
PPD uses Frost Shield to slow all of them down.
And that Astral, long range reach. And they wanted to protect the Luna. This is the thing, that was a mistake they made. They were trying to bodyguard. Cost them a lot more in the end. Kind of hero syndrome, right? Sometimes you just think maybe you can turn around, maybe you can buy enough time to move out, and cost you 3 times what it would have originally.
Yeah, and the Medusa is where she likes to be. Yeah, in a triangle, farming, the Centaur and OD can buy enough time for Medusa. Even though they have a vision of Medusa, I don't think they can do anything without the Ravage. So OG will need to take this super late game.
And this is the thing I like about the Juice pick in this sort of draft, is you've got enough to enable in the mid game that you can buy time for Seb. Gonna go for TP away, but too late. The Stomp is gonna connect with his face. And now that's just free in for Fada. As he tries to walk away, he's just beating up the stacks. Heal up all you want. He has got the Ravage, but he's got no way of turning around right now. Monkey King's waiting nearby, but it's not worth it. Thompson will just stand in the trees and watch his comrade fall. This is the frustration though when you're playing a monkey in this scenario. You don't feel like you're actively doing anything, right? You're just existing, keeping vision. Never able to find an opportunity to fight.
You can just try to creep, skip, buy some time. Luna and Io are playing together, so there's always a threat of a relocate plus.
That's going to be there now. They commit it. Way too late though. 33 is going to be held up on the spot, but can you do enough damage? They don't want to commit up to the high ground because they can't see the OD. Well, they can actually. They've got ward. They see everything. They know the dudes are nearby as well.
Top. They want to catch them on a reload back.
Yep. Sacks his way in. There it is. Soulbind on the 2 to stop the double edge. A lot of damage being done here. Luna going to try and stand their ground against us. The heals are good. Clips does come out. And now they're just going to tank this up. 33 says, hell no, am I leaving? We getting these kills. And both heroes from OG will die as they return to the top lane.
Nicely done by NIP.
Fada. He's waiting invis. Thompson. There's no escape from this. You can balance strike all you want. It's not going to buy enough time. The final hit comes out. Silence Eclipse. He dodges it. He manages to get away. The mischief saves his life. Perfectly timed. He kept his eyes on that animation. If it wasn't for that, he most definitely would have been dead right now.
What a spell.
It's like, you know, kind of, if it worked against projectiles is one thing, but anything, flat out anything you can dodge. Frustrating moment for Fada, but still has his top spot on the network. There we go. We get to see this fighting. I mean, this is Eclipse being used. There's another thing to point out. This is Luna's means to fight at this point in the game, and it doesn't get anything. A bit of frustration. They felt like they could get 33 in time, but so tanky and so fast. That root came out a little bit too late from Jerax. Maybe if you catch him around the rune spot instead of the high ground, then you feel like you can commit. They had the vision to know it was a bad idea. Baxter just here, scaring a little bit Thompson. He's already used the Primal Spring, so Baxter can hang around for a little bit before backing up here.
He's scouting him.
He is, but he gets him wrong. He was taking a calculated guess. He'll at least get the creep wave though. Like right now, Thompson is in full recovery and he knows it. Yeah,
this is the game that Monkey King is gonna play for quite some time. He needs probably a BKB next time. There's a lot of magical damage inside of NIP. But the problem is NIP could try to force a Roche fight, even though it's a good for OG. They have a Ravage, they have Eclipse, Monkey King ulti.
See if they can do anything, but it's a level 2 Wukongs if they want it now. Because Monkey King just hit level 12. Of course, once you get to level 20, you do get your hands on that Primal Spring damage talent. So at that stage, if you keep split pushing like this, it's so much easier, much less threat to yourself when you do it. The alternative is Boundless Strike damage though, so I think he's probably going to lean towards the Boundless Strike damage just because he's got his hands on the Maelstrom already. If OG can make a move though, they have got everything. As you said, you've got the Ravage, you've got the Wukong's Clips, you've even got the Relocate.
Seb's getting closer to a Blink Dagger. I don't think he's going to go for Greaves this time because they lack initiation, and if they just jump them, they have nothing to react with.
There's no time to wait around. Like that's the thing. They need to go. I mean, your Luna can farm up, but at some point you just got to look at this game and go, at the same rate that she's farming, there is now a Devourer and a Medusa farming equally.
This OD is alone.
Yep, they go in. Thompson does jump him with Wukong's down right now. Barnum's going to stand his ground and fight. There's a side clip, dodges it again. No, he takes a lot of damage, but it's not enough to kill him off. They get the kill. The Relocate was committed as well. But
that's a huge kill again on Farah. Not a place to be. There's no one from your team behind you, no one to save.
This time, No Tail comes back alone. He knows there's probably someone in the neighborhood, and they were waiting. No big target for them, but AltTV will relink up.
I think once they get Luna on level 12 with level 2 Sanity, they could fight. We can talk about the Medusa, Manta style completed, or continues to farm on top of a network chart.
There you go. He didn't quite dodge the silence in time, but it didn't matter. Luckily, he had reinforcements there, and was just smart enough not to die. Johan, happy to see that one payoff. There's only so many times in this early game you can have relocates fail on you before you just feel like the world's against you.
Yeah, and both supports inside of OG got themselves to level 10, so XP gain talents are online.
20%, Oracle with the 25. Good point. Sometimes XP difference between the supports can make all the difference, in this type of game especially. PPD almost has his level 10. Nothing too great for him. Grimstroke should already have the GPM online though. So while one team goes for XP, the other goes for gold. And you already see it in the net worth, as Saxer is up to 5k net worth.
Yeah, Heaven's Halberd is going to be the boss item if Seb wants to get it against Medusa, against the OD.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Seems like the prime choice item in this type of game. Thompson, this is not the place to be. Parna's going to arrive, and I'm not sure you can escape this time. Thompson, no way out. I mean, the Astral was always available.
Oh, he has enough money to buy Mithril Hammer. Oh, he didn't do it.
Okay, mistake from Thompson there. This sometimes happens. He didn't quite see Far to walk in. But the TP was the interesting part. I mean, he didn't really have any other choice.
He got exactly 1600 gold. Before he died, he couldn't get it. Now he's 250 short.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe you could have said worth if you had bought out, but as a result of that, you lose your life. You're going to lose the tier 1 top. A little bit more control of the map.
Still going to try to fight. Medusa is showing on a mid lane. Ravage
reveals
is online.
Sax is not the target to enter for though. They will get him, but they won't find anything else. The BTP's out. 33 will make his escape in time, and OD just walks away.
Radiant's middle tower.
All in all, you take that trade though. Grimstroke for a tier 1. The gold exchange is favorable for Nip in that scenario. And at the same time, because your opponents have taken these XP talents, they're not necessarily getting big chunks of XP out of
They're
kills
going to
like
go in Roche pit.
Interesting move. Grimstroke down for 10 seconds. They do it fairly fast with the IO plus the Luna.
They don't know about this. Monkey King is showing on a mid lane. Double damage picked up on a Centaur.
They're in the neighborhood though. I'm not sure if this is quick enough. They know.
Can.
33, he's going to go in right now. Blinks in. Inkswell's going to be in. Stomp as well. Connects on the 2. No tail. Saved by the false promise. Ravage comes out. Only connecting on 2 though. And the Medusa, they can't go. They're too far away. Seb, held down by the soul bind. Phantom's race keeps him silenced up. He's going to fall. And OG, you could feel that was taking way too long. And Nip, quick to respond.
They didn't have enough damage, and they can't force a fight when there's no Ravage. But that's a free Roche for NIP.
They will happily take that freebie. Pops in the tree. Wukong's goes down. It's going to be a Stampede to try and get away. 33 will make his escape, but barely. Low on HP. Egg is picked up. Now the gaze coming out from Aegis just to zone them out. Make sure there's no sort of revolt after they pick their hands onto that Aegis.
They need more items inside of OG. Luna getting closer to her BKB. Monkey King also.
I'm just looking at it right now, and I mean the Monkey King, there's going to be a period of time where you have to fight. If he gets that BKB and there's not a high impact fight for OG, I feel like he's just kind of caught out of the game. Oh no, the tree! 33! He saw it perfectly! Well, that is definitely not the route to recovery for Thompson. They had vision. The Observer just about clipped him. I mean, you just don't expect that to happen. You don't expect someone to just blink right next to you and cut a tree. Especially when in a split push like that. Beautifully done nonetheless. As a result, Thompson, he is now the poorest core in this game. Seb is next to him though, 500 gold difference between the two. And I'm sure we're probably going to see a Spirit Vessel being picked up by the Grimstroke. It's a pretty good item here, right? With the eye on the table, the tide.
Luna as well, Monkey King, yeah.
Monkey King especially, yeah.
Cripple their lifesteal.
They found another kill. Seb can't escape from this. Inkswell's out, Phantom's embrace as well. Sparta hits a little bit too damn hard. Paxa does get the final touch though.
You die.
Nice extra chunk of gold in his chest. But this is the power of the Yashikaya with those phase boots so fast on this OD.
They need level 15 on Io. They're farming pretty quickly. Luna level 14 with the XP gain talent. They should be able to grab it mid tower. They're gonna defend it.
There's a move coming in. They want to finish the tower, but look at this. 33 is coming in. Sneaky horse through the tree line. They keep it alive. They did use the glyph, but it's low enough. 33 on the prowl. They actually might be able to cut them off here. Notel is heading north, trying to just regroup with the Monkey King. They'll meet up. That does mean that Nip finds himself in the center of the map. They can push for this tier 2 in the mid lane. They've already taken the one in the bot. Right now, you can just see it. Thompson still doesn't want to fight. I mean, how do you fight into this right now? High ground. Like, high ground feels like your only safe choice. Thompson, no! He gets caught by the stroke of fate. He can't dodge out the Phantom's embrace with the mischief, and he's going to go down here. Sparta rotates back. Now in the mid lane. Can they make a play? They've got more heroes here. There is. They're going to go in. Stampede's going to come out. Seb with the Ravage does just about flip onto the center. Now the gates will turn around. The Eclipse is going to come out. Ace Stan is ground. The Chain Frost bouncing around between them. But it goes the wrong way. And LTV protected by the false promise as well. They need to get out. The relocate should take them away. And the rest of the team now need to retreat. PBD moving in. Looking for the opportunity. You won't find it. The tower is already down. Sparta has returned to the fight. They know they can't stand against this. They might have to surrender the upper tower.
Use plus relocate. They can't really fight right now. They just need to buy more time. Monkey King needs to be more careful. He got caught a couple of times and doesn't have a BKB yet.
Definitely starting to look problematic for the side of OG. 11,000 net worth lead. And it is equally spread when you think about it. You've got the Medusa and the OD at the top of the charts. And like, it's one thing when Medusa does this because you go, okay, we've probably got 5 or 10 minutes before she becomes a serious problem. But an Outward Devourer, this is like peak time for him. Before you pick up those BKBs, before you're able to defend against the overwhelming power of this hero. And Seb is so far away from this halberd. The problem right now is if you can't take a fight or two, by the time you have this halberd, you might lose a lane. Someone has to buy time. Ninjas in Pyjamas.
They want to use this Aegis. It's going to be gone in less than a minute. Ravage. 3+ seconds.
They just got good value out of the map there. They got all the bounties as well. You can already see the difference between the two teams. It's like double the money from bounties for the side of Ninjas in Pyjamas. The Scardy online for Ace. How do you run away? Like, if you get caught, you can't escape now. unless you've got something like a relocate out, but how often do you see defensive relocates to safety anymore? It's almost impossible. They went hunting, they couldn't find anyone, and back at their base, something's about to happen. Ace is tapping on the high ground. You can disarm him for the meantime.
Aegis, 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds actually.
They can at least get tier 3 tower out of this. BKB comes out from top, and Sparta jumps him. Now the balance strike's going to be there. He can get the Jig, protected by the Frost Shield. Astral's going to come out, slows things down. Seb can't actually initiate. Blink on cooldown for 8 seconds. Ravage up on 15. Do they go or do they go back? They decide to go home instead of going bank, as the Aegis does expire.
They dealt some damage to the tower, but instant smoke from OG. They want to catch them off guard.
See if they can make something happen. The risky part is moving up to the high ground here. So they're going to just dangle LTV. Problem is, they're going to know that there's someone tethered to him. And if they can't see the tethered person, they know there's smoke already going on. They move to the other side of the map.
Radiant
They just need to push in on the top, take out that tier 2, and then the moment OG makes a mistake, they can take the whole base. There's definitely enough damage on this Medusa now.
Don't underestimate Luna with Io. They're both level 15, level 2 ulti with Aghanim Scepter.
A lot is weighing on this Luna. We've seen a few eclipses that haven't worked out, and Seb, been found, Phantom Brace is coming, he needs to get rid of it right now. BKB from Farda, there's the Science Eclipse, gets rid of the Tide Hunter, chasing through. BKB from LTV trying to fight, he's lost his eye, he's lost his way out. Farda, he can stand his ground against this actually, the buyback's going to come out, can Io get there in time, trying to buy some time for LTV, but it's too late. The retaliate from 33 hits too hard. Dusa has found Thompson, and he has no way to escape this either, he's going to go for the TB, it's the only way out that he has. But that does mean your base is now exposed. No Wukongs to work with, you've got the Ravage, but no time for 25 seconds, no buyback. This is at least one set of racks.
Yeah, it's a hard choice for Seb there. If you want to use Ravage, the animation, OD can always use a BKB, and then you're not going to have a Ravage if he doesn't have a buyback, so this is a free set of racks for NIP, and they're not stopping.
They're feeling greedy. They can taste this victory on their lips, and they want to secure it. Putting OG 2 lanes down at this point. They'll go a long way towards it. 33 standing his ground, only down to half HP at this point. Balance Strike will stun in place. Glimmer Cape is going to be revealed with the dust. They get another tower. It was denied by Oracle. So nice little move by Jerax to ensure they get a little bit less gold out of this, but you're still laying down. The question is, what's the next play for OG? Do you try and move out of the base and take control of the top side of the map? Maybe target the mid, because there's still a tier 1 there for NIP, so anytime Roche is up, I mean, we saw what happened last time OG tried to walk into the Roche pit because of that tier 1.
They could try to sneak in the Roche pit. Roche may respawn in 30 seconds.
If there's a quick spawn, it definitely favors Ninjas and Pyjamas. You can already see the way that Ninjas are playing. They're playing around the high ground that the Radiant side has for that Roche pit. You can see the clear difference in the mid performances this game. Farda's having the time of his life, and Thompson is trying to recover. 33's way in though. Stampede comes in, Stomp's going to be there as well. Now the Eclipse going down, they bait him in. They'll find the kill in the center, down for 65 seconds, but Farda is here now. Astral's going to be there, LTV chases forward. Eclipse has been used, he needs to be careful about this. Farda, BKB gets activated, he's looking to fight. BKB comes out from both the Soulbind, connects the 2 cores together. They need to get out real fast. Wukongs is going to go down. But guess what? Ace is here with a DD. Medusa looking to fight. Gaze is going to be activated. Thompson gets into the trees. 33 cannot find him. They chase him more in the back line. The Chain Frost comes out. It's under the support. No tether lockdowns. LTV kept alive. And Seb with the use of his ultimate will secure a kill on the Farda. Ace still standing against this. Has enough damage to work it through. Disarmed in the meantime. Phantom Brace is going to be on Seb. Looking to turn around on this. Thompson back and forth in the fight. Going to get into the trees. Now 33. Reinitiate. Stomp does come out to LTV. Seb just chasing on forward here. A lot of damage coming out from this Skadi. Slowing him down as well. 33 down to half HP already. LTV not done though. They're going to get rid of the Phantom's Embrace once more. And they're looking towards this tower. Creeps are on the way in, and it looks like OG, they take a fight.
Everyone's so beefy. Roche is up. Does OD have a buyback? Yes, he does. They might want to contest. Reload.
No tell.
Oh, no
They
tell.
try for the runes. BBD, can he do enough damage though? That's the real question. No tell's going to get very low, but he will be able to tether away. Seb is his hero in the middle of the day.
Audi was extremely greedy there, did not want to pop the ulti, at least get 1, maybe even 2 kills. If not that, he could have just burned the mana.
Result, OG able to get out on the map. They aren't able to go for the Roach though. 25 seconds until our Devourer is up. They're reluctant, especially without that Shrine there, to allow them to get quickly back into the Roach fights. Nice use of the Eclipse. Perfect bait coming out from OG there. Because 33 has been making those sort of moves all game so far.
How much in did they have? 16?
Not an extremely high amount. But the heroes you're up against don't necessarily get a lot of in. He TB'd across. Nice move by PPD
he had
though.
More. He had like 30 intelligence at that point.
Ooh.
28.
They get split up a little bit too much. PPD was buying a lot of time at the back line there as well. That looked very dire for the side of OG, considering the two cores were stuck alone.
Oh, look at Luna. Divine Rapier queued up.
All right. When in doubt?
Once you get a Divine Rapier, you're a Divine 1 player.
Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Only Divine 1 though.
If you get 2, you're Divine 2.
What about more?
I don't think I've seen more than 2 Rapiers lately.
All right, so if I get 6 Rapiers, do I get them all?
Yeah.
All right.
But not a number.
What do I have to do for this number? Oh, Thompson jumping in. BKB, Wukong's is down. Roach on half HP. They're going to move away with the Stampede. The Soulbind holds the two together. They can't do the Roach quick enough. They're going to try and move right now. The Chain Frost's going to be there. 2 of them, in fact, because of the use of the Soulbind. LTV has to activate the BKB. Going to be healed up right now. The gate's going to be there. Can they get the Roach? They're going to get him low. No. There's the use of Sand Split. No tail's going to be down. No. This stun coming out from Roach. LTV, he can't finish it off in time. The Ashel's going to be there to lock him in. Set, he has to run the high heels, but he can't fast enough. The Stomp's going to be there. Ace, he picks up the Aegis. LTV hits the deck, and Seb will be joining him. The only hero remaining is Jerax, who had to buy back anyway.
What is this decision making? They were trying to hit the Roche, get the Aegis, but it was not very effective.
And I
mean, it's the problem when you use Monkey. This is just game. They're gonna finish.
Yeah, they're just gonna go. They know the buybacks have been committed. They know there's no way for OG. And while OG refused to say GG, I don't really see any other way for this to go. So this buys you a little bit of time. You got the Eclipse. If you can buy 30 seconds, Monkey King up in 15. He does have the Wukong's command in about another 30.
They needed to save Monkey King ulti when there's no Centaur ulti. Otherwise, they're not gonna be inside of it.
I mean, they kind of played it themselves in, right? They thought it was lower, clearly. They jump in the pit like that, and you're just inviting a Soulbind to occur. And it was on the optimal targets as well. On that stage, it just seemed simple for Ninja and Pyjamas. You know, you had the re-engage available. The gaze meant that if they wanted to leave the pit, they were going to look at you at some point and be slowed down. Ninja